And the teams are lining up. St. Vincent in the navy blue and bright yellow kit, and St. Lucia in the sky blue, and that looks like black kit, and the hands are shaken. Good sportsmanship there. And the referees and the linesmen ready to flip that coin. And St. Vincent wins the coin toss. One out of two chances. The favor was in St. Vincent's interest. Well, the odds, I should say. I'm sorry, were in St. Vincent's interest to pick which side of the field that they wanted to start on. And then we have the hurdle. St. Vincent breaks first. And a lot of pressure on the St. Lucians hosting these games this year. And with a draw at 0-0 in their last match, St. Lucia definitely needs a win here tonight. And the Vincentians seem very confident going into this match tonight at the Philip Marcellin grounds in Vieux-Fort. Home turf of the Blues, the St. Lucians. And there goes the whistle. The clock has started ticking. And it has started definitely in the first few seconds much higher a tempo than the Grenadian Dominican match that we just witnessed. Let's see if they can keep it up. And there's the first goal kick. Oh. Had too much expectations for that one. Goalkeeper's not having it. And it's St. Lucia setting that up. And let's see if he can follow through. Very good defending there from the Vincentians. And there's the whistle. referee called for the play to be stopped, and there we go. And the ball's out. There's the flag. And St. Lucia playing it very close to home there. And there's St. Vincent. And the linesman saw that. St. Lucia. And St. Lucia definitely has something to prove. Not much luck in their last football match. And they're hoping for a much different turn of events here tonight. St. Vincent definitely has reason to celebrate. And it's 1-0. St. Lucia already 1 goal down. And a little more pressure here. St. Lucia cannot afford to lose at home. And there's the first possible injury of the evening for this particular game. And there's St. Lucia in possession of the ball. Definitely a different set of events than their last game against Dominica. Already a goal in against them. So no draw at 0-0. And the Vincentians are going. And luckily, it's behind the net. Could have been very detrimental here to have 2 goals in against them and not one to call their own. Their own. a medic on the pitch to assist an injured player there. Possibly the best behaved crowd I've seen in a long time. Definitely the football crowd is more well behaved, or better behaved I should say, than the volleyball crowd, the basketball crowd, or the netball crowd. Still, I'd like to see some more support from the crowd, especially the St. Lucian crowd, considering that St. Lucia is playing at home. St. Lucia will be playing every sport at home. St. Lucia is hosting the 2018 Windward Inter-School Games. And the pressure and the spotlight is definitely on them. So they need to go all out tonight and every night to ensure that they take the title home this year. And there's St. Vincent. And there's St. Lucia dispossessing him. St. Lucia trying to set that one up. Didn't get there quick enough. Excuse me. And it's St. Lucia. St. Lucia. Not taking any chances. Creating them, in fact. And if you take a look there at number 11, that's Dejon Augustine. Pretty phenomenal player from Ancillary. Just earlier this year received a scholarship opportunity to study abroad. And the flag's up. And St. Vincent getting fed there from the defender. See if he can make a meal out of it. And there's St. Lucia. So much pressure there. Not hoping to see unsportsmanlike conduct in this match. Unlike in the first match, and it's St. Vincent. And he really has pace, and he takes the chance, and the keeper saves it. Very close one there for St. Lucia. Very, very, very close one there. Threatening attempt on goal. Stopped by the keeper just in a nick of time. And looking to make a second attempt. And St. Vincent headed St. Lucia instead of the ball. Must have hurt. And St. Lucia has a bone to pick with St. Vincent for that early first half match. First half goal. Pardon me. And you can see this youngster beating himself up. St. Lucia can't afford to have nerves get to them. This is a very important match. And losing confidence at this point could have very detrimental effects on the match and the second half, which is yet to come. And we can see St. Vincent trying to build a wall. Not very convinced by that wall. If St. Lucia can just get in the right position, a possible header could even the score. Number 17 seems to be very agitated. Not a very smart move to be using the time that you're allotted to be arguing with your teammates. And St. Lucia looking to make the most of this free kick. Passed it flat. Don't understand why that would have been the best option from Dijal, but St. Vincent definitely using the opportunity to their advantage. And very disappointing from St. Lucia. I think his teammates and everybody here, in fact, expected the ball to go up in the air. Didn't expect him to pass the ball flat. And I guess bad decisions are made when you're under this much pressure. Not only being the host country, but being 1 goal down. And St. Vincent has definitely done the smarter thing, getting a goal in early. And forcing St. Lucia to chase. And if they can just get their heads in the right place, they can possibly equalize before the first half is over. And it's a throw-in. St. Lucia. St. Lucia. Pressure on. St. Lucia. Not a very good pass. Headed away by St. Vincent. And there goes the whistle. Good bit of trouble given on that wing over there. St. Lucia hoping to make the most of this opportunity, and it's deflected and thrown out. There goes the flag. Keen linesman. St. Lucia. And can we see a header? Oh, not by St. Lucia. And St. Lucia really hoping to regain control of this game. And there's St. Vincent denying them that chance to take a shot on goal by any means whatsoever. And there's St. Lucia and St. Vincent. It's a throw-in for St. Lucia. And we're seeing some very aggressive defending from St. Vincent. And they're definitely the hungrier team, I should say, of this night's match. And there's Dijal. Gave the ball away. And there's the header. Behind the nets. And Dejal Augustine, number 11, just heard his father urging him to focus. Too many loose passes, ball being given away. And it really seems that as much as St. Vincent is really putting the pressure on St. Lucia is giving them the opportunities to take those shots on goal. Even some of the shots that they take, which were, that they took, which were off target, seem to be handed to them by the St. Lucian team here tonight. And with one goal already, St. Vincent does have the upper hand here tonight at the Philip Masley grounds. But all of that could change in the latter part of this first half or in the second half. And there's one thing I've learned from football, it's not over until the last whistle. The St. Lucia. St. Lucia. That was a beautiful pass. Seeing St. Lucia, very foolish. Don't understand why he didn't take it and run with it. In the literal sense and in the figurative sense. Guess he saw it more worthwhile to pass it than to be a ball hog. Give him props for being a good sportsman, good team player. Can't give him props for being a wise one at that. And there's still hope for St. Lucia in this first half. You only need one goal to equalize. And St. Vincent is really putting the pressure in the back there. Flag goes up. And the ball's out. And even before the ball went out, didn't see St. Lucia putting much pressure on number 3, which is quite concerning, quite alarming, considering they're one goal down. They should take every opportunity to throw St. Vincent off their game. And there's the keeper. And there's St. Vincent, hoping they can get that ball upfield. Loses it to St. Lucia. He needs to turn. He manages to turn, playing it somewhat close to home, just a few yards out. And he beats him, but he loses the ball. And the crowd is getting a bit rowdier. Definitely hearing the St. Lucians getting agitated, irritable. Don't think their hearts can bear to see a loss for St. Lucia. Hearing some obscenities, not very appropriate for tonight's match. Not the time or the place. And there's St. Lucia ensuring that St. Vincent does not secure another goal. And I'm glad my mic isn't picking up some of what is being said right now. Fans very passionate about St. Lucia winning. And the goalkeeper panics a little, retains composure. And speaking of composure, if there's one thing that St. Vincent is on the ball, it's composed. And seeing a bit of a squabble there closer to the box. St. Lucia not allowing St. Vincent to get past. That was an okay pass. And he loses the ball. And the son I saw him pull number 16 shirt. But the referee doesn't seem to mind. And neither should we. And there's St. Vincent hoping that he could find his man. And there's St. Vincent ensuring that that ball does not go dangerously close to the box and consequently the net. And the flag goes up, ball's out. And we can definitely see the nerves getting to these St. Lucian players here at the Philip Marcellet grounds. And St. Vincent. St. Lucia would rather put the ball out. Pretty weak throw in. And St. Lucia just not quick enough. And St. Vincent suffering a kick to the shin. And he's down. And he's given sympathy. But oh wow, a yellow card awarded for that. Almost thought he would have gotten away with it. Shouldn't have said awarded. Yellow card given. And St. Vincent St. Lucia. And it would really seem that number 17 just does not have the pace for a counter attack. And a very passionate parent urging his son to get his men to move, cover some ground. And definitely pressure on St. Lucia. Haven't gotten a goal in the back of the net for this first half here at the Philip Marcellet grounds in Vieux-Fort, St. Lucia tonight. And considering that the weather gave us a break, St. Lucia should really count their blessings and use this fine weather to their advantage. And just can't get a goal in. Might be the full moon. Let's see if he can pass it back. And just wasn't in the right place to receive that ball. Take a shot on that goal. And seeing the tempo increase a bit here for St. Lucia as they are desperately trying. And that was a bad pass. That he should have definitely just gone for the goal. Definitely saw the pressure coming on, and instead of powering through, he figured that it would have been a better choice to pass the ball than to risk being dispossessed. And he passed the ball in the direction of the Vincentians. And St. Lucia letting the keeper make the decision as to who should receive it, and St. Lucia and St. Vincent. And there we go. St. Lucia playing it very close to the line. Don't understand why the majority of the passes in these few seconds are done on that side when there are so many other people available. But hey, who am I to decide? And there's number 13. Very, very bad decision by him. And like I said earlier, not sure if St. Vincent really is that good in terms of defending, but they definitely seem to have St. Lucia's card. And it really seems that St. Lucia is giving away the chances more than St. Vincent is creating them. And it's these crucial chances that can make or break St. Lucia this evening. And I think everyone here agrees that St. Lucia definitely needs to pull up their socks and buckle up, or else they're going to go into the second half pretty much in the same state they're in right now. One goal down. And there's St. Lucia. Really hoping to see a goal in this first half. It'll allow St. Lucia to equalize and go into the second half at least 1-1. And St. Vincent definitely asking the referee if he didn't see that. And the St. Lucians as well. And a corner kick awarded to St. Lucia. And then we can see, and the keeper saves. Would have been the perfect opportunity for St. Lucia to attempt to equalize. And there's Dejal, one of the star players here. And outside. And definitely a more exciting match than the Grenada Dominica match that we had seen earlier. But definitely more of a frustrating match if you're a St. Lucian watching. And this is the final match of the night. And it would be a pity to see the host country losing the final match of the night. But St. Vincent definitely is posing a threat to St. Lucia. And if they want this victory this evening, they need to wake up and stop allowing St. Vincent to be given chances like the one we're witnessing right now. And there's St. Vincent very close. Tried to go for the header. Just played it a little too low. And his angle was off as well. And we would have, well, the Vincentians would have hoped to see just a flick of the head to have that hit the back of the net. Luckily for the St. Lucians, that was not the outcome of that play. And putting some pressure on the Vincentian, and went to waste. And the ball is out. Very good defending from St. Lucia. And there's St. Vincent, intercepted by St. Lucia. And there's St. Vincent. Very good defending from St. Lucia. And St. Vincent is really hungry tonight for that second goal. And St. Lucia isn't having it. And that's the whistle for halftime here at the Philip Marcellin grounds in Vieux-Fort. And St. Lucia is 1 goal down going into the second half, being 1 goal down, not being able to score a goal in the first half. And we can see these heads hanging because St. Lucia, as hard as they have played in the first half, have not played hard enough to keep the Vincentians at bay. And the Vincentians definitely having the psychological advantage over the St. Lucians, who are put on the spot because they're hosting this match this evening. And it's going to be some tough words in those locker rooms for the St. Lucians. And if they can't get their heads in the game, it's going to be a loss here this evening. And we don't want to see that. And the Vincentians definitely at halftime, the more confident and the happier team. And we'll be back with more action in the second half of this battle between the two Saints, St. Lucia and St. Vincent.